before I planned this garden planner, I had notes everywhere. It was disgusting and I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't find my notes. I couldn't figure out how to plan the garden. I lost a lot of things. I was fiddling through things all the time. So now I have it all in one place. So the first thing I put on here is annual garden goals. You know, what exactly I wanted to do in the next year and how I want to do it. And of course I have a wish list. I don't have anything on it right now, but you can write a lot of things on the wish list. If you wanted to write the nursery that you go to and the suppliers that you really like, you can put that in the planner. And then also, I just have something about vegetable-friendly flowers, just in case that you want to put in there some companion flowers and things that you use all the time. This was a good one, Succession Flower gardening tool. I had different areas that I had in my garden, and I wanted to make sure that I had something growing in the spring, the summer, the fall, etc. So I succession planted it for the flowers, and you can do the same thing with vegetables also. I wanted to keep a log of my pests and diseases and how I treated them and how I would do that differently. Seed inventory, I love this. I have lots and lots of seeds that I get from the seed swap, and I buy them. And then I wanted to make sure, I wanted to get a log of them, exactly what year I got them, etc. I don't use this very much, the rainfall chart, but sometimes people, might want that. And then it goes right into seasonal planning. So you can start charting out your flower beds in the spring, summer, fall, and winter, and some garden notes, etc. And seasonally, you want to write your expenses down. And then if you have potting plants, you can also put those in there and exactly, when did you plant them, what you planted in them, and your observations on that. So let me go to the next section. Those are all seasons. And then we go into a monthly calendar if that's easier for you than the seasonal planner. So in the month of March, this is what I did. I started planting these flowers. I planted them indoors, and I wanted to write down my quantities. You can write down days to germination. You can also look at spacing and harvest dates and your yield, so you can keep track of exactly when you planted them indoors and how they did by the time that you transplanted them outside. This little chart here has the monthly thing of what to do, what I wanted to do in March. I wanted to indoor plant, I wanted to soil test, and I wanted to till my garden. What I wanted to buy, what I wanted to plant, what I wanted to feed, how I prepared it, goes on and on. So that's the monthly planner. Also, the monthly planner has a harvest calendar. So the harvest calendar I use basically, in March I put basically what I planted indoors and when. But if you turn to August, another month, back in here, so this is October. So I wanted to write down all my progress, my last harvest of my tomatoes were there. Also, my peppers, celery, and herbs were continuing to grow. My gomphrena was still blooming. So then my harvest calendar reflects that. I wanted to write in here, I put most of my pots away in the greenhouse. So I kind of have a log of everything that I did. I planted daylilies on this cliff that I have. And I also cleaned up my container garden and cleaned up my containers. So that was kind of what I did in October. So each month it has this wonderful log of exactly what I did, if I planted anything, if I harvested anything. And then if I go back a little bit further, I have plant profile sheets. I have ones that I filled in already for herbs. It tells me about the plant, advice for growing, and use and storage. But I also have some that you can fill it on your own. Okay, so that's probably pretty important for you to do too. And then the way back of the book is probably the most important part of the book. And that gives me kind of an overall notes of what plants that did well this year, what vegetables and plants did well. And then the next section is what plants that didn't do well, and then the changes that I would make to the garden in the next year. So these are the very important things that I would look back on the next year to say what I wanted to do. Changes I wanted to make, changes I wanted to make in my pots, changes I wanted to make in my garden and my flower beds. And then just general changes. So that helps you. This is one of the books. This is another book. Here's another one. And here's another one. They all have the same insides, they're just different covers. Most of the covers I used are the ones for my pictures of my flowers. So I hope this helps. You can buy these on Amazon. You can look up Susan Edwards and look up Garden Planner or Garden Logs, and they'll come right up. And I think they're about $12.99. So it's very good to have these. They've helped me immensely, and I thought I would publish a book to help everybody else. All right, I hope you have a good day.